Hello, everyone. So this is going to be, a little more sort of reflective and getting more of a perspective on what it is that we are doing. So today, what I would like to talk about is that when Trump takes office, we must enter a hero's journey. And in fact, I believe that the hero's journey began when Trump was first elected, and that we have been within that process. So I'm not sure how many of you have heard of the hero's journey. I believe that this was first created by Carl Jung, and it's a way of understanding. Um, it's a way of understanding really intense experiences of growth. So I would just like to share screen. First time I've done this with all of you. Just going to share screen and we are going to just talk a little bit. I chose a very simple diagram. There's more complicated ones out there, but I think the simplicity is helpful for talking. So, so we begin in the ordinary world. So this is just the everyday world that we know. And when Trump got elected, that was the call to adventure. That was when life said, "Hey, this is really big, and I want you to step into this and to be willing to change, to face the monsters, and to go through a process from which you're going to emerge as a more powerful, more contributing human being." So that's the call. And what I really love is that the third step here is that you have the choice. You have the choice whether to accept the call or to refuse the call. So just noticing, just adjusting my window here so that I'm looking directly at you. So I do love the fact that you're not forced into this. You get to choose the call. Number 4 is meeting the mentor. For some of you, it might be you meeting me on YouTube. Yes, blessings on YouTube and their wonderful algorithms that have brought so many of us together. And so meeting the mentor could perhaps be you meeting me. It could also be you meeting other people that are providing sources of wisdom and inspiration for this time. So it's important having mentorship. It's very important. So at that point, then you get to cross the threshold and you're moving from the ordinary world into the special world. So this is, we could call it magical, but maybe it's better to just say transformational. If you think about a butterfly, it started out as a caterpillar and then went into this cocoon and did this amazing meltdown into goo within this cocoon. That meltdown into the goo is kind of like this special world. So this is where things, they're not the ordinary habitual way of living life. It's where we open ourselves to things being different, feeling different, and perhaps also feeling a bit messy. If you think about that caterpillar, it must be awfully messy when they melt into goo in their cocoon. So crossing the threshold into the special world. And so here we've got this phase of tests, allies, and enemies. So this can include, things rising up and testing you. But what I really love about this phase is being able to figure out who are your allies in this journey, who are your enemies. I'm not crazy about the word enemies here. So I'm just going to focus more on the allies. This is an important time. Like even if you think since the election happened, this has been a time where you've probably been figuring out who can you talk openly with and who do you know to be very private around. Like, you're figuring out who are your allies in this hero's journey. And so, just to acknowledge that that's an important part of of the whole process. So I'm not going to go through this whole diagram right now because really this is where I see that we have been so far. And so, in a way, I feel like the timing of this video, it's about the approach. We are approaching, you know, if we could think about the ordeal, the death and rebirth, January 20th is going to kind of fall under that category of, when Trump becomes president. For many of us, this is, going to be some kind of like death experience, but it's really not a death of us as a person or a death of our body. It's going to be a death of us letting go of old part of ourselves, parts of ourselves that are simply not going to be part of moving forward. So this is how I am seeing where we are in our hero's journey. And of course, there is, all this great stuff ahead. But right now, let's just be where we are and to acknowledge that we are in a process that has been detailed through the hero's journey diagram. I'm going to stop my share there. And so we can embrace that we are in a very legitimate process that many people have gone through. This format has been applied to movies and to books and all kinds of things. So this is a tried and true way of understanding the ways that powerful growth can happen in our lives. And so, hey, we're in the hero's journey right now. And isn't that exciting? Do any of us want to die never having done anything worthwhile in our lives? Not many of us. So I encourage you to embrace this as a time of yes, there are going to be trials, and yes, we are going to be challenged to the fiber, to the bone, and also this is a movement towards really stepping into who we are as the hero of our life, the hero of what we came to do in this life. This is, we've been invited into the opportunity of really stepping into who we are as the hero. And that's exciting. That is a gift. And it's all the more of a gift being in a community of heroes. So thank you for being part of this community. Please do join in. Please do subscribe to this channel. Please do consider contributing to the Patreon account to support my work here. And please do engage in the upcoming free life programs that I am giving because in a way, this is a very special time for all of us. We are going to all be emerging as amazing, beautiful butterflies through this process. So let's now really develop the community for being able to ride through this process together and to support each of us facing what we need to face to really emerge as the brilliant, beautiful, amazing hero that is within each one of us. So have a bright and beautiful day, and I will see you soon.